You're the reason Donald Trump is a defeated former president. You're the reason Donald Trump is a loser. And you're the reason we're going to win and beat him again.
President Biden in South Carolina last night urging Democrats to turn out for the party's first presidential primary this Saturday. California Governor Gavin Newsom was also there this week, stumping for the Biden-Harris ticket at Morris College, an HBCU in Sumter, South Carolina. This week, co-anchor Jonathan Karl sat down with the governor.
Michelle Obama, as I'm sure you saw, said that people should be terrified about what could possibly happen with the outcome of this election. Is she right to be terrified?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all should be. I mean, what more evidence do you need? I mean, here's a guy who lost the election, Trump, and tried to wreck the country. He's lighting democracy on fire. He's making democracy a partisan issue. Never imagined that in my lifetime. So the consequences are profound and pronounced, and that's why I'm down here, because this race is started, and we need to lift up the issues, the successes, this extraordinary successes of the last 3 years, the Biden-Harris administration, and then we drive contrast. It's not even a complicated campaign. We have the receipts. We have the best 3-year record of any modern American presidency. Period, full stop. And you look at the issue by issue, they poll overwhelmingly. American people support what Biden has done.
Except for the big thing, approval.
Yeah.
Biden's approval is historically low. Why is that?
Everybody's approval across the spectrum. You find exceptions to that. Look, it's been hard globally the last 6-7 years. But again, America stands tall with a tentpole of the world economy. No peers economically. Again, a masterclass of delivering. The economy is booming, inflation is cooling, and of course the economic strategies this president's put together were all things Republicans dreamt of, but never delivered. He's delivered.
Obviously, the border is an issue. But let me ask you just a fundamental question, try to get beyond the politics for a second. You've had 6 million apprehensions at the border. What ultimately should happen to all those people? And the people that don't qualify for asylum, who totally came in illegally? I mean, should there be deportations? This is what Republicans are calling for, these mass roundups and deportations. But what happens?
Well, I think you have to deal with the cards that are dealt. You got to deal with the reality on the ground, and you have to have a comprehensive conversation around this across the spectrum, the push and the pull. And that's around the fundamental issue of immigration reform. It's not just border security. The president put out a comprehensive strategy, a pathway to citizenship along the lines of their former hero, Ronald Reagan, to address the reality on the ground. We have a plan, $14 billion plan right now, to get more judges, to process people more efficiently, more quickly, provide security down at the border, 2,300 new border agents. That's what the President of the United States has put up in front of Congress, and they refuse to act. They're just promoting an agenda to disrupt and find a crowbar to put in the spokes of the wheels of the Biden administration to disrupt any progress on this because they don't want progress. Period.
But let me ask you about Trump's legal problems. Obviously, 4 indictments, 91 counts, includes taking classified documents out of the White House, undermining democracy, all of that. And he's out there saying he should have absolute immunity. A president should be above the law. All this. So why, in light of all of that, why have we seen poll after poll, and I know it's early, but still, poll after poll that shows Trump either beating Biden or essentially tied with him?
Yeah, but you also seen poll after poll. I'm not naive about this. I take the threat of Trump and Trumpism very seriously. I've never been on the other side of that argument. That said, this is the weakest candidate to run a major party in my lifetime. He's coming in deeply damaged. Democrats, we win, we keep winning. We've won all of these elections. Post-Dobbs, different one, but hold on.
But here's my question even more relevant. Why is Biden not beating him?
But look at the polling. Yeah. Look underneath the hood on the polling. Look at the New Hampshire polls. Look at some of the national polls. Republicans say if he's convicted, all those things you said are true, and he's convicted, and the likelihood of conviction is what, 98% on
by
one
election
of the counts?
Day? You think
we'll see. But I mean,
by election day?
Well, we'll see. But I mean, at least in one of those 4, right, of the 91 charges, one of those 4. Vast majority, I mean, a substantial plurality of Republicans now, or at least a large percentage, say no go. I think that's a huge red flag for Donald Trump. He is weak. He is more unhinged than he's ever been. He's less disciplined than he's ever been. He's less interesting. I find him just less interesting. He's not even as entertaining as he was in 2020, 2016.
How worried are you about a third party? And there'll be multiple third-party candidates. So it doesn't take a lot. I know a third-party candidate isn't likely to be elected president. beat either one. But I mean, how worried are
Spoilers.
you? Yeah, how worried are you about that?
I have to be worried. But you know what? You got to control the controllables. Got to control what you have to control. Right now, it's getting the vote out.
Do you think it's a mistake then for Democrats to try to keep these third-party candidates, no labels, and the others off the ballot? You're seeing an effort.
Yeah, I think when you try to suppress choice and voice, it tends to backfire.
Especially when you're talking about the importance of democracy. You're trying to keep people off the ballot.
So I don't get consumed by that, and I'm not here on behalf of the Biden administration even thinking about that. I'm a simple guy, but what I mean by that is I look at, for example, let's look at no labels. I actually took the time. I encourage people to look up what are they for, and I thought, wow, this is literally reads as the accomplishment list of the Biden-Harris administration. So they're a solution in search of a problem. I respectfully submit.
You've taken on this fight with some of the red state governors, obviously, Ron DeSantis.
I appreciate you noticing.
And you said you did it because you didn't think Democrats were fighting hard enough. Does that include the Biden administration?
That was a year and a half ago. Now I don't feel that way anymore. Absolutely not. Look, when Dobbs hit, that was a wake-up call. Because one thing we've learned with this anger industry on the right-wing side is illusion dominates facts. It's narrative trumping facts. That's why Trump himself uses the courtroom as a campaign stop. It's to dominate the narrative. And I would hope that Democrats learn a little bit about communication strategy by flooding the zone and starting to get back on our feet in terms of dominating the narrative. That's exactly what Biden's been doing. It's exactly what Harris has been doing on issues related to choice. And it's exactly why I'm here. One
Other important thing kind of looming over this, obviously, a lot of discussion of President Biden's age, which raises the question, if something were to happen to Biden.
Okay. If something will happen to any of us.
Right.
All right.
So what happens? Is it Kamala Harris?
Well, we know that. She's the vice president of the United States, absolutely, by definition. Something happens to me, it's the lieutenant governor of the state of California.
I'm talking about as the candidate. I mean,
yeah. Oh, come on.
So she's the
Biden,
nominee.
We all spend time with Biden. Spend time with him. It's 3 hours on photo lines, on 3 events a day, then giving speeches. Are you kidding? At 80 years old to be in that kind of health? I have no issues whatsoever. And by the way, I'm an old-fashioned guy. You know, I think Bobby Kennedy said it best. What the world needs are the qualities of youth, not a time of life, a state of mind, a quality of imagination. That's Joe Biden.
Our thanks to John Karl.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.